Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. And this is a rather quick emergency video, and it will come a few hours later than my unofficial upload time, around about 12 o'clock here in Germany, plus minus 1 or 2 hours, sometimes depends on the previous days, etc. But let's focus here on what you're seeing, and this is the American Premium P-38K. This is a rather rare bundle vehicle, or plane in this case. And why is it rare? Well, it was only available 2 times so far. First when update 1.53 Firestorm arrived, and then also again 2017 in the summer sale Daredevil. So there is this. And I think not a lot of people are really crying out loud for not having this plane. Yes, collectors like me need to have it, and I have Gaijin for this, since there is no other way that you can actually sustain a grind and purchase history like I have without Gaijin sponsoring you, and therefore you have to make videos. What a secret! And that was a beautiful kill, and it looked spectacular, it looked majestically, it looked amazing. But the plane is utter trash. It is, for my personal experience, far from being good. Now, there are several aspects of this planes that make it seemingly fitting RRB really well. It has a good climb rate and very good high altitude performance, especially with the engines, and very often you reach 600-700 kilometers per hour at 5, 6, 7, 8 kilometers altitude. So that is amazing. But to actually make the thing work, to be a useful asset for your team, to get guns on target, it's bad. And I think I've never had so many disappointing strafe runs in this plane as in this one. And this is why the current battle is the very best that I just had the best result in playing it in the few hours that I played it. In fact, I just recently, a few matches ago, finished the amount of battles and RP required that you need in a premium vehicle in order to be able to make 4 decals on it without here any sort of premium time. And yeah, this mark of distinction was quite a hard work. Overall, the plane is not bad. The plane is a P-38, it's a twin-engined heavy fighter, and it has a single 20mm cannon, and it has 450 cals. But this is the very exact same shape and also firepower that you get on the XP-38 down at battle rating 3.3, and this XP-38G handles better. It just isn't as wobbly, it is just overall more enjoyable to fly. And here at 2 battle ratings higher, you have no increase in terms of firepower, and you in fact fire the same belts. And it really shows. And that was one hell of a lucky shot. Usually I never would have thought that I would get those guns here on target, and so the kill on the LA9 together with BE6 kill remains the most spectacular kill here in this match. I think that there are always certain planes that look always great in the 3D model, in the overall appearance, and there might be even iconic planes, but I personally just can't make them work. There is something about those planes that is just awkward, that where you just don't really have the feel, and even if you play dozens of matches, you just don't get the hang of it. You just don't trust the vehicle. And to a certain degree, that then leads to a self-fulfilling prophecy. You don't trust the vehicle, you don't think it's good, and so then, to a certain degree, in certain situations, your performance suffers. But it is always very often the initial, the experience that he had beforehand in some matches that lead to this. But objectively, this plane is just not really fitting the meta that well. And for tank RP, it is especially bad suited because it has a huge profile for a twin-engined fighter, and it has no opportunities to carry some sort of missiles, rockets, or bombs. So it's just 4 50 cals and 120mm. Yes, you have a lot of ammunition. Yes, they have a good muzzle velocity. Yes, they hit hard when they hit at all, but it's all wobbly. I have the most difficult times of getting the guns on target. And this remembers me in the old days when the Focke-Wulf and the BF-109 flight models, especially the higher battle rating, higher tier ones, were really screwed up. You were just wobbling all over the place and you just couldn't get guns on target, while the rest of the stats just were seemingly really great. Okay? And so this plane really, yeah. And there was another experience early in the day, Sunday morning, when I played a few matches, and I thought, well, I had a bit bad luck, you know, I was trying to get the second line support fighter, I tried to just get the hang of the plane. I haven't played it in literally years, and I thought to myself, well, okay, I never got really guns on target, my team cleaned up, wiped out the Axis team, and I thought to myself, well, what a difference here, right? What a difference to my usual experience of allied teams where they just refuse to climb, where there are many bombers and attackers, where they're wasting superior planes and head-ons like I just demonstrated here, and I don't think that this happened early in the morning, especially versus the Japanese teams, and we won quite a few battles. But I never managed to get anything, and here in the head-on, another thing showed. Again, I just couldn't get the plane up despite having enough speed, and it just wouldn't follow my orders. And there was a little bit of a disconnection in the feel of between a mouse cursor and what I wanted to do, which a problem that I don't have. Hell, give me not just a P-47, hell, a P-51 or a Tiger Cat or a Corsair. No, give me an 82 or an 84 Sky Raider and I get more kills with it. Not just of the seemingly better armament, but just simply I get the guns on target and I can sustain the turn. This plane, on paper, reaches high speed and high altitude performance is probably unmatched for this battle rating, etc. But it is not fitting the meta. I just never get the kills. That's the thing. And sometimes I get the shot on target, like I just demonstrated here with this LA9, where this was the only shot of this sort that I got off the entire day. The plane is unresponsive, the plane doesn't turn, the plane doesn't have air brakes, it overspeeds rather easily, then it just refuses to gain speed. It is really awkward, and this is one of those planes where I have just the exact same feel of it like with the Typhoons. The Typhoons are great planes. They are also fast. They have really great performance as well, and now I want to bring your attention to this dogfight where I thought that this P-47M would lose it, but we'll see, no spoilers. And so I just couldn't make the armament work. I just couldn't make the plane work. I was always kind of in the wrong spot on the map, despite what I tried, turning around, letting the rest of my team get in front of me, just trying to pick the favorable fights and not really kill stealing, but you know, when there was an opportunity because two enemies were engaged, or one enemy with one of my teammates, then I just did the teamwork. But there are so many planes that can do the exact same thing and then also even more. So there are some severe limitations that you have with this plane. I don't like it. I absolutely despise it, and I have a very bad kill to death ratio in it. And even if you climb, and even if you try to get the maximum out of the plane, you're then very often so long out of the battle that that was it for you. And as good as the climb rate is, you don't have an air spawn to support it. So other planes with an air spawn well, they just are in a better spot. One of those planes that I just can't make work. And let me know in the comment section in particular if you think that you experience the same thing with similar aircraft, or if I just have the worst of lucks out there, and if I'm just a bad player. So all those things are really interesting for me, because I just couldn't get the hang of it. I never really could make this plane work, and I just don't really know why. It is not as wobbly as other planes, it is not as bad as other planes, and yet I just can't really figure it out. Quick look at the post-battle results, and for the 3 kills that I got with second place, I got nearly 80,000 civil lines and 11,000 vehicle research points. Would be more if I would actually research something. And we got clear sky, which took a while in this thing. That's it for me today, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies of War Thunder.